There was a knock at the door. Ben answered it, and said, "Oh my God, Mark, what brings you here to Hamilton?" Mark said, "I heard that your workplace needed more hands with more employees all the way from Winnipeg, so I decided to come down here and see if your manager and you needed more help getting done." Ben said, "Oh my God, Mark, my manager is going to be so happy when you finally work at his place." Theo came to the door and Mark said, "Hi puppy dog." Ben said, "This is my dog Theo," and Mark said, "He's some adorable dog." I came to the guys and said, Ben, I think you need to hear this." Ben seemed confused, but when I told him the old man who he confronted at the beach died, Ben was speechless and shocked. I said he had a heart attack at his house and died. Mark said, "Oh my God, did I come at the wrong time?" I said, "No Mark, you did not know what was going on at the time." Ben said, "I didn't want that to happen to him, I just wanted him to leave Layla and Minerva alone." I said, "I know Ben, but there's nothing that's gonna bring that old man back now." Ben said, "I'm gonna head to Mark's new place, can you take Emily Rose to the park and play?" I said, "Sure, okay, I'll give you time to process." When I was at the park playing with Emily Rose, there was Stephanie. Stephanie said, "Oh hi Mylene, how are you doing?" And I said, "I heard about that old man we saw at the beach." Stephanie was like, "Oh my God, I heard it on the radio about him, that's some sad." I said, "It is." Ben was really shocked too when I told him what happened to him. Stephanie said, "Only his wife was at his wake." And I said, "Really, how cruel, that was so not worth people's pride." Stephanie said, "Well, if you wanna go there and give your sympathy to that old lady, you can." I said, "Sure, his wife needs a bit of closure." So I went with Emily Rose and gave my condolences, and the woman said thanks for sympathy since no one else came. I told her nobody should be forgotten, and I thought about you, so I came down to give you comfort.